Alright guys, welcome back to the Let's Play. Today we're going to try and get started on wind power. The wind seems to be kicking up a blizzard, so it seems like a good day for it. I've been busy trying to get started on the building. So, behind me here, I've got the start of the windmill. Let's try and not fall off the cliff doing this. From down here, it doesn't look quite as big as it does from up close, and I like how the hill kind of jumps out. I did have to extend it, do a bit of terraforming to extend the hill there, but I just added to the natural sort of curve of the mountain here, and it really complements this one as well, and it looks pretty good. It's nice and rounded, not too rounded, so I think from there we're going to go straight up with the Ashen Wattle and Daub. Apparently I've been saying it wrong. It's not Daub, it's Daub. Still feels kind of wrong saying it like that, but I'm going to say it like that. I'm going to put a few blocks down and we'll try see how it looks. I may have to warm up here because we're freezing. Also, to make the gears and stuff, all of the mechanical parts of the cogs and all the wind power stuff, we're going to need lots of resin, I believe. So I'm going to have to go for little trips during the daytime. We're going to have to go for little trips to get some resin. I do have some fat, quite a few pieces of fat stored away somewhere in all these chests. Yeah, there's 7 there. I think there's some more somewhere else. I don't have any resin though, so I will have to go looking for that, but that's not a big deal. Anyway, I'm going to get working on the main shell of the windmill building, and we'll be back once it's mostly finished and we can start thinking about the gears and where we're going to put them and the floors, because we'll have to put a floor in and a room for us to do some blacksmithing stuff. Well, it's been a couple of days IRL working on this thing, trying to get it finished, and it's finally starting to take shape. I've got the base, we've got a nice little walk around platform to walk around it and look at the view. I've got the basic outline of the roof. If we go to the side here, you'll see it does change. We'll go up there, it's quite hard to see from down here. Okay, so for now, the pathway up is going to follow from the farm area. We've got a nice little 2x2 path. This thing is so quick. I get up this mountain so quick. Like, the amount of times that I've had to go up and down this thing, I made this out of necessity, and I wish I made it sooner. It's been a lifesaver. So, this thing, it's bigger than it looks from down there. It's definitely bigger than it looks. Okay, so around this level, we've got the walk around. It's a bit sketchy because it's too small for me to put a fence, but It works, just don't go too close to the edge. Also, because of these beams, the snow does weird things like this. Let's get rid of that to make it look better. But yeah, this is the view from the platform. It's looking nice in the snow. And it still goes quite high from here. But I wanted to come up here to explain this part, the bit that juts out. I didn't bring it, did I? But yeah, on our little platform walkway thing here, we can go up this that I've put here. It's not going to stay here. It's just so that we can come up, because all of this overhang is going to be chiseled in. Now, this is where we got to be careful, because if yeah, it's going to create an empty space there, isn't it? I think we're just going to have one more extra. Actually, we're going to have quite a few more ashlar blocks to finish this off, but it's going to make it look better, and it's going to make it look less like a peepee, so we got to do it. Okay, well, yeah, lots of going up and down, falling off, and lots of kind of tedious little things, but it's part of the grind, and I'm enjoying it. So I'm probably going to have to make a new planer here. This thing's about to go, but you kind of see the idea here. We're slowly going upwards and outwards over this side too. We're going to do that all the way around until we get to a full block just before the top. Well, the snow is all melted. I think spring is finally here. And just in time, because I think I've just about finished the windmill. Just one little thing to do to finish it off, so I think that's what we're going to do. Let's go check it out. Well, I say one little thing. It's a few little things, because these beams going up are a bit of a pain. They do not want to go straight, so I'll have to redo these beams going all the way up, but we've got a little walkway here, and I can't really show too much without spoiling the beam design, so let's just go round. We've got two doorways here, and once we get to the top, we got a brick accent, which we'll see from the outside a bit better, and up here we've got a nice little room which we're going to turn into our anvil blacksmithing quern windmill power room thing. And the windmill will probably be around this sort of level, I think maybe here. Have the axle coming through, and that's what we're going to start working on once I get this finished. So also, nice little double dual purpose furnace. It's only got one spot for a cooking pot, but it's a little dual purpose. We can use it from both angles. And here, one last thing. I'm still in there for, but one last thing to finish this off. We're going to have a nice smoking chimney like this. The snow was actually blocking it, so it wasn't really smoking. But this one should be, and now that one will be as well, now that the snow's gone. Right, anyway. Let's get this in. Let's get this closed off. I think that height should work. That's not too massive. That should be good. We'll have to check it out from the bottom, and let's risk it. Where do we drop? I think we'll drop here. Yep, no damage. Yep, that's a thing that happens. Alright, I've also added a few more skeps down here, and the bees seem to have started pollinating. Let's get off the F4. We've now got four of our skeps have got population, so these should start spreading very quickly indeed. Anyway, let's take a look at it. Let's take a step back, and we'll take a look at it. It's looking pretty good. It's looking pretty good, I can't lie. Quick little screenshot for the boy. Right, yeah, I may have to chisel those windows because it's on a slight slant, the vertical slant. The borders of the windows kind of poke out, but then this side only pokes out the top, not the bottom. I may chisel them, make them clear, but overall, I think it's pretty good. Last thing to do is the wind power, the actual mechanical power. We'll have a wind sail coming out here. I need to actually craft all that stuff, so that's pretty much what I'm going to go start doing now, is start crafting all the things. I just wanted to take a look at it. I finally finished it. Alright, let's take a look at it from this angle. It's a bit, yeah, the chimney looks a little strange being so close to the brickwork at the back. We may have to add some separation there, but the size is not too bad. And it's looking good from this side as well, when you actually can see the roof, because down at that angle you can't even see the red part of the roof, but it's looking damn good, I think. Yeah, goats are pregnant. I did just feed these things like 2 troughs, and these guys had 1 trough, and these are all pregnant, so it's working. And we have... do we have any more babies? We've got some fresh babies, because I killed off all the old generation, and I put the generation 2 chickens up here. Does it say the generation on the eggs? No, it doesn't, but let's check the babies, see if they're Gen 3. Are you... yes, I saw it for a brief second there. Yeah, Generation 3. Cool. So we're on 3 for the chickens. We'll get these guys fed, and we should be on 3 for these. And these should be just passing on to Generation 2 and 3 as well. Okay, also while we're here, I've I've eaten through a whole nother shelf of pies through building this. Almost gone through my whole supply of wine. Let's actually drink off the last chug of the black currant. I've got 26 and 11 of red currant. And I did actually make an extra special, because I killed off all the chickens. We do actually have some chicken in here. There's 6 left, fresh for 2.5 days. How's the ice doing? It's still good for 2.5 days. Yeah, I did make a poultry pie, so chicken pie as like a little celebration for finishing off this thing. So let's cut it. It looks a bit... doesn't look the tastiest, does it? It's just beige. But a little celebratory chicken pie. It's very filling because protein is good. Anyway, I'm going to start crafting the things. What do we need? We need one of these, a windmill rotor, fat resin logs. We need, go back. We need multiple gears, at least 1 large, I think, and a few small ones. That's going to be, wow, okay, so if that's quarters, going to need at least 8 just for that. I'm going to have to go look for some more resin for sure. Angled gears, need 1. Axles, which is just, okay, that's not too bad, no resin. Yeah, we may also need like a clutch and some other things, lots of axles, lots of stuff, and at least, well, we want to max it out, so I think we're going to need like 16 of these. Yeah, I should have enough flax to get a nice big windmill cell going. So I should probably go and harvest a bunch more resin while it's daylight, and then I'm going to start crafting those things up, and we'll get going on actually doing the mechanical wind power. Actually, that was a lie. I'm going to get some crops planted, and then I'm going to go looking for some resin. Aha, so I saw one of these trees before when we went through the teleporter. Crimson maple. It's got slightly red leaves. It just looks like a regular maple, but it's got red leaves. And I couldn't tell if it was an actual different type of tree or if it was just autumn colors. It is a completely different tree, so the crimson maple will be red all year round. So let's try and get a couple of seeds from this and grow a few back home. We're definitely going to need to get some lighting up there though, because that is terrible. Okay, windmill rotor. It seems that without the resin is axles. Let's get ourselves a rotor. I need space. Okay, so that's 16 sails. We've got 8 axles. We've got the windmill rotor. Okay, now the angled gear. Let's get a few of these. I think 3, just in case we need them. I have no idea if we're going to need them, but we'll take 3 of those. And my chisel's gone. Okay, also while we're here, I do have a whole bunch more leather made. So let's get some more leather bags because we desperately need them. Let's get that in the hotbar. 1 there. Get rid of you. 1 there. Get rid of you. And that's our almost a full inventory. We can upgrade it with sturdy leather, I believe. I didn't know that was a thing, but apparently it's a thing. Okay, and let's get this bow made. So, recurve bow. I don't actually have any arrows. Oh, wait, I've got 5 crappy little flint arrows, but I think that's the most damage bow we can get. We can obviously upgrade the arrows to do more damage. Okay, let's use this copper ingot to get another chisel made so we can finish crafting some stuff. Also, in between episodes, I went and gathered some granite from the mine sort of up here. There's like a hole in the wall somewhere around here where I've been gathering granite stone. And in there, while I was gathering it, basically, there was a few blocks that it didn't pick up. And it turned out that that was sphalerite, zinc. And it also kind of silk touched some for me. Because it literally, these just ended up in my inventory when I picked the slabs up. And there was still a few left. Almost like vein miner, it left a few blocks, and they were the zinc. It's almost indistinguishable. Let's put it next to this pallet here, because it is so... Yeah, those 3 little black dots is the only way that you can tell the difference. That's zinc, that's granite. It's actually crazy how close they are. You'd never know. And I was literally mining it right in front of my face. Didn't even notice. Did not even notice that it was zinc, but we've got a whole bunch more sphalerite. It's medium quality, not the best, but it does mean that I now have the capability to make a bunch of bronze for these large gear sections, and then we can put them together. Okay, axle in the middle, bunch of boards, and 4 gear sections gives us a large wooden gear. This thing is gonna be quite big. I've seen tutorials and stuff. This thing's big. Now that it's daytime, we're going to have to quickly search around for some more resin. So let's go and do that, and we can finish this up. Alright, well I had to take a break to collect some copper and make some plates as well as some chutes, because we're going to need that for some automation things. And I think we finally have all the things we need to at least get started. So I think this is going to be the best place for the hole to come out. So we're going to do block there, block there. Let's get a little step up so we can see. So hopefully this works, because I don't know if it's going to, but axle here. Yep, going horizontally. Another axle here to clear the roof. And then the windmill rotor here. Now that they're placed, we can get rid of the blocks. You won't be able to place them if they don't have a block underneath. Now they're floating. I need to make sure that's gone, because this is now going to be rotary blades, and it needs to be free space, because if it's not, then it'll break the windmill blades. So actually, I've heard that you can do 5 sets of 4 sails, so 20 is the max. Wind speed. Okay, it says it's working. Let's try it. Oh baby, let's go bigger. Right, let's get another set. It's getting bigger. Damn, that's pretty big. 1 more. Okay. That's max size, at least for now. I believe in the next big update, you're going to be able to do bigger windmills as well as water power. Alright, let's check it out. stupid portal in the way of blocking things, but there she is. I kind of want it to be a little bit bigger, to be honest, but hopefully we can make it a bit bigger in the future. But that's looking good. I think that's looking pretty good. Yeah, it's a little bit out of proportion. It feels like it needs to be a tiny bit bigger, a bit fatter as well, but it's good enough. And the benefits we're going to get from doing the mechanical power is going to be even better. So let's go and start trying the mechanical power out. This is probably going to be, don't expect a tutorial. This is going to be like an idiot derping around trying to figure out how things work. So let's give it a go. Alright, I may have to add a brick outline around this so that it's not just a piece of wood poking out of a hole. Little outline, chisel it round to make it look a bit better. Alright, I had to go back and grab the gears, but we want to bring the power through into the house here, so just place some blocks down and put some axles there and bring it in. Then you can remove the blocks. Then from here, we want to have a gear, so let's go up one more. Let's actually get a platform so we can see what we're doing. And then we go with a gear, right? The axle must be attached to a block. Okay, now gear. Yes, right. You want to have a large gear underneath this, right? But it won't let me. Oh, there it goes. Okay. Okay. That is... It's a bit higher than I wanted. I know I can move it and have it go down, but we'll try and work at this height. Right, so from this is our main power, and then from this main cog we can then pull from it using small gears, I believe is how it's going to work. Can I just place a gear on here? No, we actually have to have axles and a thing. So, I want the kern over here. Alright, we'll get the same height as this, and then we'll place a axle, and then a gear onto that, right? Yes, so now we've got power onto the main gear, and then we're drawing it off of that. Okay, is it going to work if I put the gear? Okay, yes. Right, now, this is going to be so incredibly stupidly high. But then I'm going to have to put the kern on top like that. And is then going to turn it? No. Where's all the power gone? It just stopped. Completely stopped the second I put that on there. We're going to try and do the things that I had set out to do. So, straight shoot on top of this. No. Go vertically. Yes, okay, there we go. Vertical shoot. Okay, so, so I'm going to have to climb up to the ceiling every time I want to put something in here. But this should, in theory, should work. And then... with our plates, we go 3 of those, makes a hopper. So let's get 3 hoppers. This will actually, when it grinds, it's supposed to work. It's supposed to grind, the wind's supposed to go. And when it does, it will spit stuff out from every direction unless you have it blocked. We've got the back blocked. So let's get all 3 other sides blocked as well. And then a chest underneath. Oh, that's my other chest there. But there's the other chest. This should work. It's not working. I don't know what I've done wrong. Let's go back down before I starve to death. And I'll try and make that extra part that I need for the health hammer. I was just about to give up hope. And I heard it going. It's working. Actually working. I'm going to have to find... Actually, you know what? I don't need to find anything to disconnect it. We'll just have the thing going all the time. And the health hammer, we will have something to disconnect. Anyway, let's get a couple more of these gears crafted. Okay. Axle and a gear, right? No? Okay, double gear. Oh. That ground it to a hole. Okay. It wasn't this doing that. Okay. I'm so lost. So the health hammer needs to have a wooden toggle, the health hammer base, and the actual hammer. which I've made out of iron. So, let's try this. It needs to go into the toggle, but can it go... No, it needs to be horizontally. Okay, so I want to have it switch from there to there. Do I just put a gear? Yes. Beautiful. Okay. Now from there, let's make some space. So, we've got an axle. That axle, we want to feed into a helve hammer, which is going to be helve hammer base there. Toggle here. Right, yes. Where is it? And then the hammer. Like that. Bam. I did it. They slowed the power down massively. Okay, now, in fact, you know what? We're going to get rid of all of that. We're going to push it one block over. So I can have a brake or a clutch. I'm not sure which does which. I think the clutch is probably what I need. That I can just... Actually, no, the brake. Does the brake stop everything? It does. That's not what I want. Okay, well, I'm just incredibly confused as to how the clutch works, to be honest, because it doesn't seem to do anything here. If I put it in the middle of the chain, like here, it doesn't seem to do anything. Strange. We'll have to figure that one out, but it works. The helve hammer is working. I'll have to grab the anvil, and it will allow us to bash things, bash plates. And if I want to stop this and just run the kern, I'll just do that. Break a piece off. We'll let that run. It will go faster because all the power is storing in there. We're going straight into there. Let's grab the hammer, and I've actually got a little example because this will allow us to finish. If you ever get any iron ingots that are missing a voxel and you can't finish it by yourself, the helve hammer will finish it for you. So I do have a lantern down here, but it's still a complete and utter mob trap down here. So we need to get farming those bees as soon as possible. Get some more lights in this place. Okay, so this partially worked iron bloom here. It does not have enough voxels for me to finish it. I wonder if you can see it here. Hang on. Yeah, okay, so it's got one left, and you need 3 to finish it. It's impossible. Can't finish it, right? But this thing will finish it. From what I've heard, anyway. I hope. It looks like it's making an ingot. It's like reforging it all the way around. Okay. But I think sometimes it can actually, like, turn it into a tool by accident. I think this has worked, though. Right? Yeah, there we go. Nice. Anyway. Finished iron ingot. We have a working mechanical setup. It's not great. I told you, it's not going to be a tutorial. And I don't even know if I can remove these blocks without the gears falling off. Oh god, let's test it. Can I remove you? I can. Can I remove you? I can. Okay, we're good. Alright, let's test out the kern. Get some... Can I place ladders? I can. Get some ladders up here. And actually, before we do... Let's do it without the chutes first. Oh yeah, if you stand on this thing, it will like spin you around. Yeah, that's the thing. Alright, anyway, let's test this thing out. Let's throw into the chest. We'll throw some grain. It already got sucked through. Just playing a song. That's strange. Ever so strange. It's not coming out. I thought it would be like shooting out of the sides, but it's not. So maybe it's just destroying it because it's got nowhere to throw. Oh no, it's just leaving it in there. Okay, now if we put the shoot. Shoot. No. Shoot. Does it then go out? Strange. Anyway, I'm not going to complain. It's automatically grinding up the rye grain. Maybe it's because it's grain. Hang on, let me try throw some chalk in there. Alright, so after checking the tutorial that I had been watching, it seems like the thing that I was doing differently was this. I had this up against the wall and the tutorial didn't, so that might be a reason why it wasn't working. Also, these hoppers need to be below the block of the cairn, so like right on this edge here. And this may still not work. I'm really hoping it works. It will spit stuff out of this edge. Hopefully we'll be able to just block that off. But before we even think about that, let's just check if it works. So let's throw the rye grain in there. And let's just pray. Please, please work. I could have sworn I saw something fly out for a second, but no, it's not doing the thing. All the stuff is still sitting in the cairn. I thought we would be able to, like, yeah, automate this thing. Maybe stuff's changed. I'm not sure. If I'm doing something wrong, let me know. Also, you may have noticed there's some different blocks in here, so let's go take a look from the outside. Alright, so after staring at this thing for hours in the editing software, it just felt like it needed a little something. It needed something to change in the block variety, because it was all just one block, one shade, one color, and it needed something to change. So, I've taken some shale, and I've switched up the roof to be shale blocks. I've added some of the granite bricks into the front and sides, and I've added some wood to the corner bits. Of course, walnut planks, because what else? I don't use anything else. Walnut is the best. At first, I kind of hated it, and then I added the bricks, and now I kind of like it. And let me know what you think. I think it's better. It's not, I'm still not entirely, like, satisfied with it, but the process of having to pantograph, copy, replace every block, then replace every beam that was on those blocks is a pain, and I don't want to go through it again, so I think I'm just going to leave it like this. I also added some separation in between the roof tiles and the chimney, so it doesn't just look like a mess of blocks up there. To be honest, after checking the front, I could probably get away with removing a few more, but I'm just going to leave it like that, I think, for now. So yeah, that is the windmill. I may tweak it a little bit in the future, we'll see, but to be honest, it's such a pain trying to change anything on this now that I'm probably just going to leave it as it is. If you've got any suggestions what we could do to make this thing look better, then let me know in the comments. Also, if you've got any suggestions as to why the cairn automation thing is not working, has it changed? I don't know. Let me know if you have any idea. But yeah, that is all we've got time for in this episode, unfortunately. Not entirely sure what we're going to do in the next one. I'll have to make a plan, do some off-camera work, and figure some things out. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.